How are you doing, guys? It's Fluent Pilot and thanks for tuning in. It's been a while, but thanks for staying with the channel. All your nice comments really motivate to keep up this work, and it looks like we still have a lot to discuss. So today I suggest bringing our incident analysis series back to life. Particularly, we will be focusing on this story. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at the picture. Alright, what we have here is an aircraft lying on the runway. The landing gear is not extended, so the underside of the fuselage and the center wing section were the parts of the aircraft which absorbed the impact during the touchdown. Formally, these kind of incidents are called gear-up landings. Bear in mind though that this term is used to describe incidents when the pilots forget to extend the landing gear, while the term belly landing rather refers to a situation when the landing gear cannot be extended due to some technical malfunctions. Okay, let's get back to the description. It's a two-engine administrative jet resembling a Cessna Citation. It has no company name on the fuselage. Instead, we can spot a logo which reads the United States of America. So let's assume it's a state-owned aircraft. The airplane doesn't seem to have received serious structural damage, so hopefully there were no injuries among passengers and crew. The Citation is surrounded by safety cones. We've come across ones already in previous videos. And there is a fire truck standing a few meters away from the nose of the airplane. It has sprayed some foam so that the aircraft doesn't catch fire in case there is a fuel leak. We see neither firefighters nor ground personnel. However, there are 3 screw jacks. Apparently they will be used to lift the aircraft and prepare it for further transportation. The jetliner will obviously require some serious repair works. The place doesn't look like a civilian airport. Judging by the aircraft in the background and the hangars, it might be a military airbase located in some mountainous area. Okay, now let's talk about the cause of the incident. Firstly, as we've already discussed, there could have been a gear malfunction that forced the pilots to perform a belly landing. And in this case, we could rather praise the skills of the pilot who managed to perform a safe landing with minimal damage. But on the other hand, it could have been a pilot error, meaning the pilot could have forgotten to extend the landing gear before the touchdown. The second scenario is even more common. Pilots sometimes tend to get distracted on final or skip the before landing checklist. Alright, it's time to sum it up. As usual, you may pause the video now and give it a try on your own, and then compare your story with what we'll have here. I'm sure this will be a good way to practice your picture description skills. Okay. In this picture, we see an emergency aircraft which has performed a gear-up landing. It has come to a full stop and is now lying on the tarmac. It is a 2-engine business jet called Cessna Citation. It is a mid-sized administrative jet that can accommodate up to 8 or 10 passengers. Judging by the logo on the fuselage, which reads the United States of America, it is not operated by a commercial airline and rather belongs to some governmental organization. The fuselage doesn't seem to have received critical damage, so hopefully neither crew nor passengers got injured during the landing. The Citation is surrounded by safety cones and there is a fire truck standing by. Obviously there is no risk of fire because the area around the airplane has been covered with firefighting foam. Since the aircraft is still blocking the runway, the takeoff and landing operations in the airport must be suspended. It will take some time for the ground technicians to evacuate the damaged aircraft to the maintenance ramp. The screw jacks are already in place. They will be used to lift the jetliner up. The 2 engines are mounted on the rear part of the fuselage, well above the wings and the bottom line of the hull. So they remain intact, but apparently the aircraft will require a technical inspection as well as substantial repair works. The runway surface is dry. The ceiling and visibility seem to be okay. So let's assume there were no weather conditions that could have made this emergency landing even more complicated. Speaking of the cause of this incident, 2 possible scenarios should be considered. There could have been a landing gear malfunction, which forced the flight crew to perform a belly landing. If this is the case, we've got to admit the pilots did a great job and demonstrated good piloting skills in an abnormal situation. They managed to maintain control over the aircraft on the landing roll and keep the aircraft on the paved surface. It did not flip over and retained structural integrity. However, it could have been a pilot error and the crew could have simply forgotten to extend the landing gear. It often occurs when pilots neglect to do the standard checklists or tend to do them by memory. Sometimes pilots forget to get the landing gear down because they get distracted by an ATC instruction or some other crew member. In order to avoid such situations, pilots should meticulously go through checklist items and maintain a sterile cockpit during approach and landing. Okay fellas, that's it for today. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more videos. Don't hesitate to comment, share the video, or contact us at the website or in social media. Okay, hope you liked it. See you next time. Cheers.